So I just watched the Minecraft movie, and I gotta say, it's certainly a movie that I paid money to watch in a theater. Now, don't get angry at me, but I've never been a Minecrafter myself. I've played the game 1,000 times, I've built like 1 billion dirt houses, I found diamonds before man, but I could never really get into it. It's just not my thing really, but I bet you damn ass I was gonna watch this movie out of pure avid curiosity. See, I had no friends to watch the movie with, so it was definitely an experience watching this movie alone in a cinema full of 8-year-old kids. Now, as for the actual movie, I think the best way to describe the film is a basic ass mediocre kids movie that doesn't actually have substance. Its whole existence is to just be there to entertain children and make like $1 trillion. Now, I will admit that I enjoyed myself, but that's mainly because I knew all the dumb I am Steve shit, and I was going into the experience knowing that it was gonna be kinda terrible. But if I was just some dude who was going into it expecting something good, this is probably would have been the most miserable cinema experience in my entire life. So the plot is basically an isekai about Jack Black saying, fuck it, I'm gonna go into some coal mines and getting transported into the Minecraft world, and he spends years in there, alright? Now after that, we got these two siblings, one boy named Hank, who is like a creative genius or whatever, and his sister, which I don't remember the name of, who is like trying to be his guardian after their mom died. They moved to Idaho. What the fuck is Idaho known for again? Fucking potatoes or some shit, I don't fucking know. And they buy like a house from some lady who has no contribution from the plot, but is still here for some reason. We also got Jason Momoa, who plays a dude who was like an epic gaming champion back in the 80s, and is now a loser or something who can't pay his bills or some shit. Now with the use of this blue crystal thingy, the four of them get transported to the CGR Nightmare Land where Jack Black saves them, and they have to fight off this pig lady from the nether and find a way to get back to Earth. That's kind of it, to be honest. The story is very bare bones and you can tell the writer just had to make up something. So they decided on some kind of Jumanji copy right down to the actors they use in the film. Now as for the characters, they aren't that really interesting. We got Hank, who is smart. We also got his sister and this lady. They exist, I guess. Now as for Jason Momoa, that motherfucker's rent must have been due like by tomorrow, because you can tell he very clearly doesn't want to be here. He just is doing this for the fast stack of cash they probably uploaded in his house right after he did this. But I will admit, he actually is pretty funny and fun to watch sometimes. Finally, we got Jack Black as Steve, who is just basically regular Jack Black, but with this blue shirt on top because he just plays himself. I swear, like half this goddamn movie is just him explaining Minecraft mechanics like a tutorial NPC from Skyrim or something. There's also some very obvious sexual tension between him and Jason Momoa's character, which I now consider canon, okay? A shit bows in Aquaman and no one can tell me otherwise. Something that is super annoying is that throughout the whole story, the characters just do shit and they succeed like without any conflict. Like I know it's a kids movie, but it being a kids movie doesn't mean there isn't allowed to be conflict. Never understood movies that know their shit, so they just playing along with it. Like brother, if you think the movie is ass, why should I be giving it my time? And I really mean that they know it's ass, like they literally admit it in one of their trailers. Basically, what this movie wants you to do is just acknowledge every single reference it shoves into its runtime and love it just because you saw the Technoblade reference, which I would admit is cool, but very out of place and weird at the point of when it's happening. Now, when the movie isn't stuffing your face with references, they just make up shit out of pure convenience. And there's quite a bit of stuff that they do in this movie that doesn't actually exist in Minecraft. Like instead of making the goal of the movie going to the end and defeating the Ender Dragon, they instead never mention the end and make the antagonist this random ass pig lady who has never appeared in the game. Subplot of a woman fucking a villager who accidentally ended up in the human world. And at some point, you see Jeb and Dan to the M, which I will admit Dan to the M is the goal. There's also the obvious part of the CGI, and some of it doesn't actually look that bad, but that isn't really a compliment considering they would have been so much better if they actually made the movie animated like they should have. And what the fuck did they do to the villagers? Like, just why? In conclusion, this movie is mid. Don't watch it unless you're doing it ironically, or you're just gonna hate yourself. 5 out of 10. Goodbye.